What up, what up, what up, man? What's up, everybody? Welcome to another very special episode of Herm Radio, man. Tonight, we're going to get right into it. We're not even going to play anything off of, the catalog before introducing this very interesting gentleman, man, from Louisville, Kentucky. A real dope individual, artist, an activist, poet, just an overall dope individual, man, that I'm really glad to connect with tonight, man. We're talking about Slugga, man. How you doing, Slugga?
And I'm doing all right, man. I definitely appreciate y'all having me out, man. Like 100, man. Much love.
No doubt, absolutely, man. Just making sure everything's good, man. What's it? It looks like it's still daylight out there right now.
Yeah, it's on its way out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, that storm's going to slide through here eventually.
Okay, word. So, man, the way that we like to do on Herm Radio basically is we like to kind of get right into the music and kind of introduce the artist through the music before kind of speaking on it too much and kind of like really getting to know you that way. So, what is like the first song that you would like us to play to kind of get us to know what Slugga is all about?
The first song would have to be "I Love You," which is track number 2 off my album. I think the sample is it's an OJ sample, and reason why this song connects to me so well is because it was my Prince Ray that produced this chat and me and my team used him. Fortunately, he passed away. 2 weeks before he passed away, he hit me with these tracks and was like, these are for you. And I just, I made sure the first 3 songs of my album was produced by him. And this is the most prominent song. That's "I Love You," because it's a song for my city. I love my city regardless of the negative aspect that we get. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Louisville's known for First 48 and all this murder, yada digs. But I still love my city. I love what we about. I love who we are. And, so that's what this song's about.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to hear this. There's a lot behind this track. I can tell already, man, from what you said. So let's get right into it, man. This is a video accompanying it, too. So this is called "I Love You" by Slugga, Herm Radio. Let's go.
Sure. Just give me your hearts, give me your hearts. I love you back, I swear. Come on. It's to my city, man. Sure. Broken mannequins, corner stores owned by Chinamen. Bodies found in garbage cans, dumpsters, alley bins. It ain't no smiling in our black youth. They a cop from jail, a shot from hell, but it's pride in our blacks too. Street performances idolized by young shorties, lost souls, dedication till 40s. Niggas hustling up to 6 in the morning, trying to make ends meet. The fiends, they never sleep and they vanish, they gotta eat. So the hood exit has a mental blockage. Street scholars only seek knowledge and street dogs. Little shorties turn into single baby mamas. Child support never follows. His life gets harder. Hearts become hollow. Dreams become shallow. Bottles become empty. Niggas is dumping hollows. Bodies become memories. The things is grave is shallow. Niggas living the day like fuck it, there's no tomorrow. Life's promises is never kept. Cause it's a hard, long road that's government built to change your soul. Where money's a source of most beef. The white chalk outlines the curse of most streets. From body bags to sheets, crackheads with missing teeth. They roaming the streets, smelling, scaring kids. It's a tragedy, these babies born with mother's addiction. God bless the innocent victim. I see the pain in their eyes and the sickness. Now walk with me. Through the slums, the gutter, the ghetto. Majority black, but immune to heavy metal. Stray bullets is loose in these bricks. Shotguns leaving them shit, blood on the concrete for some kid who got hit over silly that. It's fucked up, but this is how we living, and this is how we gotta raise our children. Lives get lost, hearts get broke on the race to millions. And you wanna be addicted to cat killing. Cause when that heat is cocked and aimed and them shots go bang, you get left where you stand. Who gives a fuck of what you claim? Cause when them shots go, lives go. Many fast, some slow. Some hit high, some low. Some survive, but most don't. My pistol has become part of my attire. I'm flame retarded as I walk through the devil's fire. My belief in higher power transpires in the spiritual. I know there's a God that assures me in the physical. So here we go. They say if you live, then you die bad. But what if, in order for you to live, you survive bad? What gangsters do with drive by, innocent kids die by. Color money and bitches, our crime rate is rise by. They wanna tell me that I can't walk with you. And every time I hear a shot, I lose a G. Shit won't change, it's the way of the streets. But the way of the streets won't never get me.
Yeah, Slugga, man, real powerful visual, real powerful song, man, real powerful message. Definitely vibe with that, man. Absolutely, bro. So tell us about that, but you gotta tell us about everybody we got in the room too, man. We got the most guests we ever had on Herm Radio.
You talking about the Slugga track?
Yeah, what's up with the Slugga track, man?
It was kind of he was kind of cutting in and out. The Slugga track, you know, I wanted to make sure, you know what I mean. I'm just for the introspective of my city. You know, we get such a bad reputation because, you know what I mean, of I guess the murders that happens here. But I wanted our people to know, you know what I'm saying, who live in the city, like, you know, we still love, we still love, you know what I'm saying, regardless of, you know, what happened. We understand it, you know what I'm saying, because a lot of these murders are not, a lot of things that goes on, the negative connotation that goes on in our city, it's not random. It's something that, you know, just people are just making bad decisions and they get caught up in bad situations. And you know, when I go and I travel out to New York, go to Florida, go to Cali, you know what I'm saying, the first thing I heard, people be like, oh, where you from? I'd be like, I'm from Kentucky. They'd be like, where? And I'd be like, from Louisville. And the first thing they say, oh, you from the home of Force 48. Me personally, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that connotation as far as my city is concerned. And I just wanted my city to know, man, that we have love for each other. We love each other. Like, we really do. It's just, you know, we just have a brash mentality when it comes down to, you know what I'm saying, disrespect that we don't deal with. And I just hope our people understand that not everything is so brash, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be such a negative connotation. It doesn't have to be so angry, so militant and so violent, you know what I'm saying? Usually a conversation between you and the other person that has a misunderstanding could actually, you know what I'm saying, change the course of whatever action that goes on. So
Yeah,
that's what that whole song's about.
Very dope, man. When did that come out? When did you put that out?
Man, I put that out I actually dropped that in like 2014. And you know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
I actually did it. You know what I'm saying? It was part of the Conception MP3. You know, because the Conception was, you know, my album's called Birth of a Legend. I dropped 5 tracks called The Conception. You know, of course, it takes 9 months to conceive. That's why it's 9 tracks on the album. My birthday is September, so it's the 9th, you know what I'm saying, 9th month of the year. So it has a lot of numerology that plays into it. But,
Say
you know,
that again?
I wanted that.
What's your birthday?
That's September 5th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm September 18th.
Virgo.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, numerology, man. Tell us. It's something we didn't really touch on too much in all the different interviews and stuff. But it's like, I know I talk to a lot of people that, you know what I mean, about this. What's numerology? You feel like numbers have a significance to our life in a kind of way, in kind of like a supernatural way?
Yes, I definitely believe numbers play a part. You know, I can't speak for everyone. I can only speak for myself as far as what the numbers play into myself because I've only done research on myself. Um, but as far as numerology, um, you know, when I did the album, I understood that it takes 9 months to conceive. You know what I'm saying? To bring a being into this world. And I looked at my album as just a manifest of a being. Like I expect my album. Reason why it's called Birth of a Legend. I expect to when I'm no longer here. You know what I'm saying? This album to live on. You know what I'm saying? But this was the birth of it, and it took 9 months. You know what I'm saying? It takes 9 months to conceive, so it took me 9 tracks. That's the way I look at it, I guess. Um, to make a completion of a legendary concept.
Mm.
So you know that's why Freedom is number 5 on the album, which Freedom is the most prominent track is number 5 because I'm born 9/5/82. So the fifth track of the album is the Freedom song, which is definitely the song for today's times. And God bless. Thank you to Nita Simone because she's the reason why I even decided to do the track the way I did it. Because of course, as an artist, she said, if you're an artist and you're not speaking about the times, what's going on, you're not an artist. And I've always felt that. So yeah.
That's how you feel. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people out here that arguably aren't artists. Maybe if you put it like that, would you say?
I mean, I feel like if you just spewing a bunch of, you know what I'm saying, a bunch of nonsense, that's fine. But you're always, but the world is full of balance. So if you don't have any balance, you know what I'm saying, that's what to me what made Tupac so great was because he always had balance. People can call him contradictory all you want, but the way I seen Pac was balance. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you this thug life. He's going to give you this lunatic, but he's also going to give you the introspectual person about what we as a people we need to stand for and what we need to follow. And that to me is human. You know what I'm saying? Because no human is perfect. Everybody's a contradictory of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is 100% straight on one arrow. So, you know what I'm saying? Me, what I do with my music is I usually intend to want to have that balance, that good and the evil, or that ratchetness and introspective sides to my music because I want to reach all demographics. I'm not just one person. I'm not something that you can box into a corner. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that I'm a full dynamic of a person. So why wouldn't I put that in my music as a person? You know what I'm saying? And become fully dynamic instead of trying to box myself into a corner and worry about what people think.
For a fact, absolutely, man. Yo, a lot of good points. And at that, let's keep it moving with the music. What's another track that you want us to hear?
We can go on One Life to Live. That's one of my favorite tracks. You gotta forgive me if I can't just pull it up. I think it's maybe track number 6. But it's one of my favorite tracks. I think it's one of my more lyrical tracks. I put the most passion into it. It was just a track that I felt, you know what I'm saying, because we only got one life to live out here. So what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like if you think you got more than one life, you're not living the way you're supposed to. If you understand that you got one life to live and you got to do everything you got to do in this one life, that's what that song's about.
Absolutely. And is this a video or just the audio?
All right, that's just the audio on that one.
All right, so let's get right into it. So this is One Life to Live by Slugga off of his project Birth of a Legend. Let's get right into it. Herm Radio.
I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovel. So I gotta keep my mind right, so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovel. So I gotta keep my mind right, so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. One life to live. I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovels. So I gotta keep my mind right, so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. One life to live. I was born in a mouse hole, the only place ghetto, surrounded by these snakes and rats when I go out some. I had to learn to feel with the best of them. I had to take heed from the lessons. I damn sure had to count my many blessings. I had to learn to listen just to peep the message. My words became infectious. My knees turned to green. My wordplay surpassed impressive. He only sees green. He stands in between. Balance the line of love and hate. That 4 or 5 by his spleen. Jesse James in his day. Maybe it's just fate. The same birthday. Born September 5. Arrived on Labor Day. Some say his flows, it burns like pepper spray. This hate that inspires me to my grave. These are the ways of the road that I paved. Make a killing in the night just to live in the day. Slugga. I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovels. So I gotta keep my mind right so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. One life to live. I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovels. So I gotta keep my mind right so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. One life to live. I was raised in the projects, fucks a white collar. Granny sent me to the store with a pocket full of white dollars. Niggas on the corner hustling that white product. Had rims on they Chevy, candy paint on they Impalas. I had to get it. They told me there was no walking between. If you grind hard, do it big, know what I mean. Keep your mind on your money. A pistol in your jeans, don't give a fuck attitude. And watch these dollars turn green and set them scenes. I indeed lead, never follow. Chasing after money while steady running from them hollows. Could've sworn I seen the devil in my empty handy bottle. Could've sworn every reaper missed me, so my time is borrowed. Always live for tomorrow, as if you won't be here, so you prepare for the inevitable. The vision is not clear. I'm sorry, little lames, too high to reach her. And God's the only thing that I should ever fear. I had dreams of being a world leader, but I can't look past the grass and know with me and the scope's beaming. Trying to spread my thoughts to the back of my limousine. The same thoughts that kept a nation dreaming. For years I cared, and without despair, I chose the road before me. The same road that took those before me. So I stand with pride and I die with glory like Denzel in the movie Glory. But this is my story and I should fear no pain from this day forth and until shots ring. Give the keys to God, designate this lane, and if I happen to die in this world a chance, let it be known that he died as a man. With Glock in hand on both feet, never deep in the sand. That's all I got is one life to live, no lives to give. I got kids, what you think this is? All I got is one life to live, forever. I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovels. So I gotta keep my mind right so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. One life to live. I hate I gotta ride with the metal, cause I don't wanna lie with the shovels. So I gotta keep my mind right so I don't lose sight when late nights I got to dance with the devil. One life to live.
Yeah, Slug, real dope track, man. Definitely enjoyed that track for certain. Tell us about that, man. Tell us about the message behind that track, the inspiration when you made it.
The message behind One Life to Live was definitely inspired by YouTube. We're definitely inspired by, you know what I'm saying, understanding that, you know, we as a people, we only got one life to live out here. So my goal was to make a song for people to actually understand that, yeah, we only got one life out here. So you got to make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your dreams is, your aspirations, whatever you want to do in life, you got to go for it. You can't wait for anybody to hand it to you because you only have one life. And you know what I'm saying? And you know, you can sit around and wait forever, or you can go get it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a go getter, and I see a lot of people who consider themselves a failure, which I don't consider them a failure, but they consider themselves a failure. And the only reason why they consider themselves as a failure is because they never went out and went and got whatever it is that they wanted. You only got one life, so go for it. Like, everything that you want to do in this world, you know what I'm saying? Why not go for it? I mean, you don't have another chance that we know of. Now, maybe reincarnation is a thing, who knows? But as far as I know, I got one life to live. So everything I want out here, I'm going to go get it. So that was the whole point of that song.
Yeah, and even if you do get reincarnated, man, you just coming back learning the same lessons. So it's like, until you figure it out. So it's basically either way. But yeah, so very interesting, man. So you're speaking on some things that I think can inspire some people and some people could learn from. You definitely had the life experience and the music. So let me ask you, um, is this something you had to develop? Were you always like this since a kid, where you just was like, I know that I only have this chance, like now, or was there life lessons that kind of put you on that level? Because I know in my situation, I definitely learned that over time. I definitely didn't start. But what about you? In your situation, what would you say?
I would say I've always been a very defiant child. You know what I'm saying? A very rebellious, defiant. Um, I've always felt that my life was a bigger life. I never, you know, I'm a very humble person. You know what I'm saying? Like what I do on today's daily basis means no core to me, but I'm very confident about who I am going to be in the future. I also understand that it all has to build. Um, so as a child, you know what I'm saying, because of my life, you know what I'm saying, I came from nothing, and I was given an opportunity by being adopted into a very well um, introspective family who was very intelligent. I was adopted into that family, I rebelled as a child against that family, but you know what I'm saying, I also understood that there was a reason for everything, you know what I'm saying? So the where I was able to be placed to learn the things that I was able to learn, you know what I'm saying, given opportunities I was able to have was from that well off family. They was able to give me opportunities to gain the knowledge that I have. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have that, would I be the same person as today? I don't know. I wouldn't have the knowledge. I could tell you that. I mean, I probably would have sought it, but I wouldn't have the opportunities to gain it. So, as a child, I've always felt, because Tupac has always been my favorite artist.
Mm,
He's the reason that I'm even an artist today. You know,
right. I
and
could say that too.
his his approach of, what I'm saying, this life. You know what I'm saying? You got to take hold and you got to grab this life by, what I'm saying, by the collar. If it's what you want, go get it. And I adapted that. So, when as a, honestly, as a child, when Tupac said, I may not change the world, but I spark the brain that will change the world. I always kind of stapled that as I was that brain. But who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, he said. I think he said it was plural, right? Like it was like
Yeah.
multiple brains, right?
Hmm.
So definitely. So you already are that. You know what I mean? Absolutely. That's dope, man. All right. So Tupac, man. Like was Tupac always like? So you said Kentucky, so that's in the Midwest. What kind
Right.
of like so Tupac? That's kind of a West Coast MC. I know he stretched across everywhere. Honestly, we all grew up off of him over here too. You know, because he's an artist that just broke through. But like was like,
Well, I mean, he grew up in Baltimore. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
that's
That's where
true,
he's
right?
born at.
He's everywhere. He was everywhere, right?
Yeah.
And why to Baltimore. But like, so that brings me to think and want to ask you about like, yo, so you from Louisville, Kentucky, man? That's something that like a lot of people don't know about. Like, what's the hip hop? What kind of rap music you guys listening to out there? What kind of music are you guys making out there? Like, what's the style? Is it more West Coast? Is it like Midwest, like Chicago? What's the style out there?
Oh, well, the style out here in Kentucky is I can't say there is a style. I think what's happening right now in Kentucky is we're creating our own style, which is it's a blessing that we're creating our own style because I've always felt that Kentucky, we have all the talent. Like we have some of the best talent in the nation. That's hands down. And I could put that up against Cali. I could put it up against New York. We can go for it. You know what I'm saying? Because I can guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? We got some of the best talent. It's just we don't have a sound, and I think that that's what we're creating right now, as far as the state go. Um, and once that sound homes in, like Kentucky is going to be, like I said, the mecca of the new mecca of music to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always felt Kentucky is a melting pot. I mean, we're the corner of the Midwest, we're the top of the South, we're the bottom of the North. So our ears, we influenced by everyone. You know what I'm saying? Not just a certain demographic. Like if you go to Atlanta, Atlanta's only influenced by the South. New York's only influenced by the North. Midwest is, West Coast is only influenced by West Coast. But we have all the dynamics.
A
We're a
little bit of
melting pot.
all that.
And I think that's what's going to make us special.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Very interesting. Is there anything in the scene? Like, is there like in the Louisville scene? Is there like I know a lot's going on right now. It's not a lot entertainment and stuff. I mean, I hear anyway. It's not about like entertainment and shows. I don't know about in Louisville. I'm pretty sure Louisville is not right. But like, is it has there been like a hip hop scene or a movement happening out there that like has been on the rise that you want to shout out or like has been prominent out there in your city?
Well, I definitely got to give a shout out to Bryson Tiller. You know what I'm saying? He definitely created trap soul, which is a sound that you know what I'm saying that Kentucky can't hold. Jack Harlow's doing his thing. He's from Louisville. Um, I can't forget. A lot of people don't even understand Static Major, who was a major staple in the music business, is from Louisville. So we like Louisville has a lot of influence. Seven, the producer, Super NES. You got Trapmore Jones. You got Young Sirs. Like all these producers and these artists that I mentioned, they have made they got platinum plaques out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But a lot of people don't correlate them with Louisville. And that's the thing that we have to hone that, you know what I'm saying, and understand that these people, you know what I'm saying, actually come from Louisville, and we got to embrace them, and to actually further the sound, you know what I mean? But it's a crab in the barrel situation, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
it's got to work itself out.
Absolutely, man. And we get that in Boston, in Providence. We get that. We hear that all the time, especially because we next to the ocean. Crab in the barrel. We always hear that, right? But yeah,
Right.
taking a turn in the conversation, and man, it's crazy that we haven't even spoke on it yet. But like, I gotta hear your perspective coming from Louisville on everything that's going on and that's been going on with the police brutality. You know what I'm saying? With the response, the murders. Everything is. I mean, I asked you earlier, when did you come out with that one track? You said 2014. So it's like it's obviously something that's been prominent in your artistry. You said something interesting to me earlier. I think it was off camera about. I don't know if it was off camera. Yeah, nah, I don't know. But you were talking about for an artist to be somebody, he got to actually be like speaking on what's going on right now. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
And
That
you
was
definitely
important.
been doing that. So I definitely want to hear his perspective in Louisville, where all the response to the murder is going on and all that type of stuff. What's it like out there? What's going on?
Well, it's pretty hectic out here in Louisville right now because, of course, we out here protesting and marching for Breonna Taylor, who was an EMT, who was actually gunned down in her own home during a no-knock warrant by the LMPD, the Louisville Metro Police Department. Um, you know, that's what we on right now. Um, how I feel about the situation, um, like the reason why I made Freedom back then was because the things that's going on now wasn't, you know what I'm saying, it ain't like it's brand new, you know what I'm saying? Like these are the same shit that was going on when Obama was president and we had a black man as president, and but yet black people were still getting killed left or right, you know what I'm saying, on the news. So I don't agree with how everybody is just now following the trend. I mean, if you quote unquote want to call it a trend, I don't agree that everybody's just up in arms, but I do respect the fact that everybody is up in arms. Now people are paying attention, whether the cause is right or not, or it's just or not. The point is, people are paying attention, and that's the point. That's the point that we have to get across. So here as a people, I understand that there's a major change that's shifting through, you know what I'm saying, the nation, the United States, as far as um, white and black relations, police brutality, whatever have you. Um, but I do understand it's going to get worse before it gets better. You know what I'm saying? The song "Freedom" is actually was a song that was made for it to get better because once you listen to the song, in the song, it not only goes and speaks about what I'm saying, the race relations, but it also speaks about black on black crime and how our community has to do better. You know what I'm saying, as far as amongst each other, because I don't agree with it, but you know what I'm saying. Whenever oh, we holler Black Lives Matter, the first thing somebody hollers out who is on the opposing side, first thing they holler out is, well, what about black on black crime? I understand it, you know what I'm saying. I overstand it, which it does definitely needs to stop, but that's not a catalyst for a response on black people getting killed in the streets. But as a regardless on a side issue, regardless of the police killing us, regardless of other racism that's going on, I definitely is a main thing. Us killing us is something that needs to stop. That is hands down, regardless of what anybody says. That's just how I feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a song of the freedom. There's a line in the freedom. This, in the freedom song, this next lesson is a hard one. Respect will only start when blacks stop putting the on the side of coffins. You know what I'm saying? I mean that. Like, you know what I'm saying? That people only respect us when we stop putting out each other inside of a coffin. But I also understand it takes time. Everything has a timing.
100%, 100%. And to add to that, man, it's interesting because statistically and actually, people commit crime to the people in their community and people that's in their demographic. So, like, people talk about black on black crime a lot, but actually, white on white crime, Mexican on Mexican crime, Asian on Asian crime. Not to break Asian, that's old continent, not to be Asian. You know what I mean? But like Chinese on Chinese, Korean on Korean. If you actually look at statistically, people commit crimes against their own racial demographics in their own neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? So it's also kind of a weaponized mentality that people use. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It definitely, and it's also interesting because people like to just throw these things out there. Like, everybody has an answer. Everybody's so righteous. You know what I mean? When it comes to, especially when it comes to not validating somebody's pain other than theirs. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, what am I thinking? It's like, you talk about black on black crime. You talk about the conditions of the poorest. Personally, I've lived in Boston and Rhode Island and stuff. And out here, you got plenty of poor white people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? As well as many marginalized people of color, melanated people. You know what I'm saying? But out here, it's like you observe and you see white people, like the whole myth of like, oh, it's a racially based thing, when it's like you see white people going through things, doing all that type of stuff, getting arrested, and doing all types of crazy stuff that kind of breaks all these stereotypes and all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense to people listening, but it's like,
I'm gonna tell you what, I give the utmost respect to, you know what I'm saying, to those white folks who's out here standing up for Black Lives Matter, or standing up for minorities, because I've always said this from Jump Street. Racism was never created by black folks or minorities. Yeah. It was only.
But yo, don't get me wrong, because I'm not even saying that. I'm not even talking about white people helping out or none of that type. I'm saying like the concept and the idea that people that are black people and melanated people are out here doing all this crazy stuff. I've observed and I watched this happen in white communities. They're doing this crazy stuff to each other, all that type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's a myth. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to say, like, but the conversation I wanted to push it to, that I feel like is valid, and I want to hear perspective on it and stuff like that, is like, some people are talking about right now, like, what to do about all this type of stuff. Like, people like, all right, and they have different takes on like the communication with the police and all that type of stuff. I personally just feel, honestly, I feel like the society's broken, and that's the one thing I was trying to talk about earlier. Is like, I deal with like youth in the prison in the past and stuff like that, and I'm observing different parts of the judicial system, all that stuff. It is a whole like pipeline. Like, I've worked in the schools and all that type of stuff, and like I see the disconnect between the teachers and the students, and I see the overall like systematic thing that's going on, that's really like putting people in a situation to where like violence is the answer, crime is the answer. You know what I mean? People don't know any better. They're in like dire situations and stuff coming up as children in places like this. So what I'm saying is, like, I don't believe in the system. I don't believe in the police. But some people are saying defund the police. Some people are saying abolish the police. What do you think, man? Do you think working with the police in our community? Do you think like having certain police in certain communities, or do you think police itself is a construct that kind of doesn't make sense or kind of
I'm I'm
creates
I'm
trouble?
I'm gonna, I'm gonna say it like this. As far as the police go, I understand. I'm a history buff, so I understand what they was created for. They started as slave catchers, you know what I'm saying, and turned into, you know what I'm saying, a federal order of police. I understand it. Um, but I do also understand that they are needed, you know what I'm saying, to police our community. But I would just prefer that um, states and city would actually put people in positions who come from their community to patrol their community. Just to give you a prime example, um, Western Louisville is a prominently black community. You know what I'm saying? We chilling out down in the gas station. I mean, it had to been 300 plus people out there at a gas station. We out here parking lot pimping, partying, or whatever have you. But the black police officer pulled up. It wasn't that he was aggressive. It was that he made joke out of the situation. Um, when he pulled up, 12's in the building. You know what I'm saying? If y'all won't get locked up, y'all might want to get up out of here. Everybody start laughing. Dude hops out his car and was like, yeah, the ops is out here. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed in my people that we start laughing, but everybody hopped in their car and bounced. It was no trouble. It wasn't no backlash. It wasn't no disrespect or who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in the same situations where a white cop pulls up and like everybody need to disperse, y'all going to jail. And what that's gonna do is we are defiant people. What that's gonna do is who you talking to. You know what I'm saying? You in our community. And you know what I'm saying? And that causes conflict. So, you know what I'm saying? I think that there needs to be a distribution of um, of people who decide to become peace officers, you know what I'm saying, to control the communities that they are part of because they know the people there. They know who's good, they know who's bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's not you can't take a black man from the hood and put him in the suburbs and expect him to know the difference, or take a white person from the suburbs and put him in the hood and expect him to know the difference. There's going to be a fruit. You know what I'm saying? Especially a white man put into a hood because of into, you know what I'm saying, the projects or what they claim and claim the ghetto or the urban community, you know what I'm saying, because they only going by, if they wasn't raised in that community, they only going by what they're taught from media or from school or hearsay. So they already have a standard of fear of what the people are in that community, and they don't know. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't shock me that they're quick to pull a trick on a black man because they don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's a start. I'm not saying that is a fix, but it's definitely a start for, you know what I'm saying, like, those who are part of our community to patrol our community. Because I guarantee you, if I go in the West End right now, which is a primarily black community, I'm guarantee you I'm gonna see more white police officers than I see black. And that's a problem.
Man, and you know what else? The schools is a very similar thing. If you a lot of schools, the demographics of the school would be largely black. You know what I mean? And the teachers will be white, and it's like I've witnessed it, and it's like they just don't. The teachers' minds is all messed up, and it's like they're just really not the right role models and examples for the kids. You know, it's like it's a disconnect. They come in, and then it's like just like police. I don't know about how police works, but I think they spend a certain time on like in a beat on a beat being a beat cop or something like that. Teachers, it's like the same thing. Like they spend a certain time in a certain district where they gotta like finish their thing, and it's like they're messing with like kids lives and stuff like that. So yeah, that's very interesting, man. With like why can't it be like that where police and teachers or like authority figures or whatever are nominated by the community, that come from the community, represent the racial demographics, look like the members of the community, so that there is that understanding. Because we all see it. We all see when there's a white officer dealing with a white child or a white man or whatever it is, and it's like, sir, you know what I mean? Like, sir, there's a whole conversation. There's a whole like care. There's a whole humanity to it. And then you see it with a black person. It's like It's murder.
We can see it on video. You know what I'm saying? A white man could have a gun, it can have a knife or whatever have
Yeah.
you, and they can talk him out of it. But a black man reaching for his wallet, you know what I'm saying, or reaching for a ID to show him I have a reason to carry this concealed weapon, he gets murdered. You know what I'm saying? So it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? But it's a problem because of to me, it's a problem because of how things are being handled as far as our communities. And I understand why they're being handled that way, of course, because, you know, in my opinion, you know, black folks, minorities, not only just black folks, but minorities are the burden bearers of America. So we bury the burden of everything that's wrong with America, and it's always pushed on to the minorities, even though we're not the only one doing what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? We just the only ones who get blamed for it. You know what I'm saying? We get ostracized, we get put out there. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a whole segment. There's a whole cops when they first came out, they was not recording nobody but black people getting arrested. You know what I'm saying? And just think about the stigma that transpired across America to people who don't know us, who don't know the black community, don't know what we about. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it, I overstand it, but it's still wrong at the end of the day.
And y'all, and not to talk all day, but to bounce off of that, man, it's like these images and these media things that we all grew up on, from movies to television to everything that comes to us commercially and not from an underground level, has, I believe, had a design, has a design in order to make us feel that way, and in order to make us deal with self-hatred, hatred, all this type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? To really like line us up to be manipulated on mass levels by these things. Like I feel like there's a design when you talk about cops, when you talk about everybody we seen arrested on cops was a black person coming up in the 90s or whenever it started. You know what I'm saying? Not every person, but like largely. It's like, okay, like that just is what it was. Nah, man. Like look at the arrest records. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right.
so
But it's also has to deal with, intelligent of people, because the same people who watch those same cops episode watch the ID channel, and I'm gonna tell you what, I don't see too many black serial killers on the ID channel.
or
But you know what I'm saying,
pedophiles.
somehow, you know what I'm saying, black folks always get the blame of being, that's the same rhetoric. What about black on black crime? And that's like, well, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying, we have an issue amongst our community about black on black crime, but a lot of times, I can't say a lot of times, but sometimes it's definitely necessary, and it is what it is. Death is necessary regardless of what it is. You know what I mean? But it's also a controlled environment. You know what I'm saying? Like blacks killing blacks. Somebody had did something to somebody to get themselves killed. Majority of times in the black community. Now, when you watch the ID channel and you got a person who kidnapping 3 women, you like, these women didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
why is black on black crime being thrown out there like it's an issue? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, black on black crime is prevalent only because of the news makes it prevalent. But you know what I'm saying? It's a controlled issue. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times when there is not black on black crime, it's not necessarily controlled. It's a mental issue, I guess I would say.
Yeah, man, and you got to look at the state of the world to when you talk about crime, like kids that don't grow up with no, like I know personally kids that don't grow up with no family, that grow up in drug environments, that grow up, you know what I mean. At the same time, the police are just like from hate, dealing them with hatred from a young kid. Like it's this horrible environment, and then we're gonna go judge the society that made this. You know what I'm saying? It's like look at everything that created society to be what it is today. That's all I'm saying. Before you
I
talk
mean,
about like, yeah,
in the simplest way I could put it, you know what I'm saying? You got a Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old boy playing with a toy gun in a park, murdered. And then you got a person like Dylan Roof who walked into a church, killed 9 black folks, and took the Burger King. There's a problem in America. You know
that's
what
a
I'm saying?
fact.
It's a major
That's a
problem.
fact. That's a fact, man. Look, it's right there, laid out, plain and simple. Yo, so we actually gonna keep it moving, man. At that, let's hear another song. Do you have any more songs? That kind of
Yes.
in the same vein.
We're gonna go with "Come and Walk with Me." "Come and Walk with Me" is track number 3 on the album. It's featuring Shane Antonio, and that song was mainly, about faith. It's all about, what I'm saying, understanding that, regardless of the evils that we deal with in today, it's all about what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? If you believe in that there's a higher power and you fully believe in it, you know what I'm saying? Fully. Whether you believe you're a higher power, there is a higher power, or you believe in Jesus, regardless, as long as you believe in it fully, it's going to happen for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the song's about.
Absolutely, absolutely. So you said this is track 3?
Yeah.
All right, track 3. Come Walk With Me. All right, so this is Come Walk With Me by Slugga, Herm.
When this world seems too much, come and talk to me. When you're barely holding up, come and walk with me. Cause I know you're traveling down this weary road, and the streets can make it feel so cold. I know when you feel like giving up, come and talk to me. When temptation seems too much, come and walk with me. Cause I know you're traveling down this weary road, won't let the devil take your soul. My attention deficit won't let me sit still. So if you will, walk with me through these pen skills. Shit, I'm from the Ville where a lot of men is being killed. It's a damn shame my kids raised in these battlefields. We shell shocked and hell's hot, but we don't know it. We got a lot of love for us, but we don't show it. This is we giving opportunities, but most blow it. So full of pride, I realize that we can't control it. You see, shorty on the block with that ass fat. She just trying to raise a stock like she's NASDAQ. You see, it don't take much for you to smash that. Just the answer to the question where the cash at. In fact, that paper got us living in a foul way. Ain't got the time nor the patience for these lames today. That's why I roll up and listen to what that loud say. And when I pray, I heard God say, when this world seems too much, come and talk to me. When you're barely holding up, come and walk with me. Cause I know you're traveling down this weary road, and them streets can make it feel so cold. I know when you feel like giving up, come and talk to me. When temptation seems too much, come and walk with me. Cause I know you're traveling down this weary road, won't let the devil take your soul. It's still a piece of pie, no matter how you slice it. A hoe can't be a housewife, no matter how you pipe it. Everything cost for being original was priceless, so I'ma stay the same until my body lay lifeless. See, some women are caring, the rest of them are ciphers. They all are complicated, like a code you gotta cipher. We all have a mean streak, no matter who's is nicer, and we all see darker days, so it don't matter who's is brighter. The flicker of my lighter, the flame to this plane, the exhaust from this plane seems to stimulate my brain. The effects of marijuana seem to wash away my pain, like debris upon the streets in the path of hurricanes. See, some say that I'm strange, I just say I'm different. Haters, they just mad cause it's addiction, properly pimping. I walk by God's side, that's why I stick with a vision. And every day is Christmas cause that boy Slugga's gifted that I mentioned. Did I mention that he walks with me, that he talks for me? He walks with me, he talks to me. When this world gets too much, he talks to me. When I feel like giving up, he walks with me. I know, I know. When this world seems too much, come and talk to me. When you're barely holding up, come and walk with me. Cause I know you're traveling down this weary road, and them streets can make it feel so cold. I know when you feel like giving up, come and talk to me. When temptation seems too much, come and walk with me. Cause I know you're traveling down this weary road, won't let the devil take your soul.
Yeah, Slugga. Hold on. Another real dynamic musical song, man. So walk with me. So what does that mean? What does that mean?
It means that, we are not alone out here. You know what I'm saying? in physical form, whether it's you walk with Jesus, you walk with God, you walk with your ancestors, whatever you believe in, you know what I'm saying? Believe in it wholeheartedly. Because faith is to me is one thing that propels us into what we want to be or what we need to be. We just have to have faith. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, let's just put it in an example. A lot of people have all the talent in the world, but if they don't believe that their talent is God given, you know what I'm saying? Chances are they won't become who they're supposed to become because they don't understand or they don't have the belief. You know what I'm saying? Like I walk this day, I can go in any hood right now and not have a pistol. Um, Now a lot of people may say that, well, that's wrong. But to me, it's like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I believe, you know what I'm saying? My time is gonna come when it comes. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a pistol to shield myself because God shields me. You see what I'm saying? Like, of course, the pistol is gonna protect me in physical form, but I move on a bigger spiritual level in my own sense. Um, so whatever happens, happens. You know what I mean? I don't, everything I do is it's not something that I personally designed. It was something that was already designed for me. I understand every path that I take, every footstep that I take is building for me to become whatever um, plight I'm supposed to lead. Um, but I believe that, you know what I'm saying, and I believe that I will become who I'm supposed to become. That's why my album is called Birth of a Legend. I do believe that I'm going to be a legend. But that's just my faith. That's the thing that I'm trying to um, transition to everyday people who are not artists, who are not, don't feel like they have talent or they feel like that they're just living. You know what I'm saying? There's something in you that you're here for. You know what I'm saying? It may not to speak to a masses, but it may be to, your nieces or your nephews, your son or your daughter to change their life. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to believe that there is a place for that. And that's what Come Walk Me is about.
How would you recommend? So you seem to be a man of faith. You know what I mean? I heard faith all throughout that song. What about somebody that doesn't have a lot of faith, that doesn't ha- isn't able to muster the ability to develop faith, or doesn't see why it's important? I know you just laid it out. You said, I think that a person with faith is greater than a person with skill. If you have skill without faith, it won't bring it all together. But like, can you delve more into that? Can you give me an example? What about a person that's like, yo, I don't have faith, and I don't see why faith is important. Like, I'm just gonna get mine. I'm gonna do the best I can. But what's faith?
Well, you know what I'm saying? My concept of faith is all about, you know what I'm saying? Like I mentioned earlier, it doesn't matter who you believe in. You can believe in self, but you got to have faith. Whether it's you believe in yourself, like, even artists, you know what I'm saying, who have talent, believe in that talent. Like, you didn't develop this talent out of nowhere, it was given to you. Regardless of who gave it to you, whatever you believe, who gave it to you, whether you gave it to yourself, whether God gave it to you, Jesus gave it to you, Buddha gave it to you. But there has to be a faith, even if you don't even believe in nobody, believe in yourself. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because at the end of the day, you have to get up off your ass to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing in this world free. Nobody's going to hand you nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? It may be opportunities that present themselves, but you still got to walk through that door of opportunity. You know what I'm saying? You still got to say, okay, I'm going to take this chance and do this. So at the end of the day, faith is all about what you believe in. Like, if you're pursuing something, do you believe in what you're pursuing? If not, then what are you pursuing it for? Like, I don't do music because, you know, I feel like I'm good at it. I do music because this is something that haunts me on a daily basis. I can't listen to an
I
instrumental. I
feel
can't even
that.
actually listen to the radio and not make a better song than what I hear on the radio. You know what I'm saying? It's something that mentally happens. And so to me, it's just more or less of, this is something that's put on me. This is not something that I developed or anything. This is something that I have faith in. You know what I mean? Like I don't do my music for money. I don't do it for fame. I do it because there was a message that needs to be heard, and I just hope people hear it.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So yo, at that, let's hit him with another song, man. And this will be like the last track, and then we're gonna come back. I want to talk about what you got coming up in the future and all that type of stuff. But let's hit him with another song.
All
So
right, the next song is Freedom, which is track, I believe, number 5.
okay,
Um, Freedom is definitely the song that is about the times. I mean, I've done it. I think I did it in 2014, 2015. Um, it started out, I did it for the Keepers of a Dream event down here that's thrown every year on Martin Luther King's birthday. An artist by the name of Ashley Cathy, who was doing I mean, she's a hell of an artist. She's a visual artist. Um, she was doing a live painting, and I was summoned to perform. So I wrote the track for that. After the song was picked up on on a documentary about Martin Luther King, which is called. Give me a second. I gotta remember what the name is called.
a recent documentary.
Yeah, it dropped in the past 2 years.
Okay, okay.
It's about Martin Luther King. It was produced by Jeremiah Wrong and Ronald Triplett. Um, it's called King, actually. That's what it's called. It's called King. Um, and my song is the title track of that album.
Oh, that's
It's
dope, man. That's dope.
also title track on another independent film. Uh, just independent. It didn't really make too much noise, but still, um, you know, it it's a very prominent song. You know what I mean? And I just wanted people to actually listen to the words of what I'm saying, because in the second verse I actually break down all of our leaders, these quotes. I break down quotes that all of our leaders, what I'm saying, that are very prominent, that we actually as a people need to listen to and actually take hold and actually follow by. Um, and I, personally, I think it's a very genius song. A lot of people told me it's very genius. It's epic. Um, so I just hope it gets the response that it deserves.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. So yeah, another track I cannot wait to hear. Um, definitely want to hear this joint. So this is called Freedom. Let's get right into it. And there's a video. Or is this audio?
It's a video to it.
Okay, so
So
let
I
me
don't know
bring
if
up
the
the
video
video.
popped up or not.
Let me bring that up. And you said you made this about 5 years ago. Word. Tell me a little bit more of it while I'm bringing it up. A little bit more about it.
All right, so it's produced by Joshua King. He goes by the name Bandman.
All we say to America is be true to what you say.
Idea. I actually got the idea off of watching Bebe's Kids. When they was in the amusement park. Freedom. You know what I'm saying? Freedom. You know what I'm saying? So I got that idea. That's like it's something that has haunted me since I watched that. And also Panther, the movie Panther, that went unnoticed by a lot of our people. All the females in the rap game use that freedom sample um, to make a track, and it's one of my favorite songs. And I just felt that it was needed. You know what I'm saying? And the freedom, um, the ring of it. You know what I'm saying? It just hits so deep. That's why I used it. It's a beautiful track, man. That's all I can say. It's beautiful.
All right, so we got it queued up. Let's get right into it. So this is called Freedom by Slugga, Herm Radio.
Right on.
On paper. All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper.
really a crime. We 3/5 human, seem to lead through they eyes. So no matter how we try, we behind enemy lines. See, every time we rise, they shoot us from the skies. And I can build a river from the tears of mothers' cries. We derive from being pharaohs to looking down the barrels of 4 5s and 9s without the presence of mind of black lives. Reasons when we march, they never hear our cries. Shoot us down in the streets with our hands to the sky. Black bodies full of bullets, they say it's like a pride. I say it's like a justice. Put your fist into the sky, scream freedom. No more broken mothers asking why. No more innocent children have to die. We all play for the same team, according to Dr. King. So it seems, the keeper of a dream, freedom. To all the soldiers fought and died for equal liberty. Spread love and dignity, honor and respect. And that's the only way we'll get these devils off our backs. This next lesson's a hard one. Respect will only start when blacks stop putting our own inside of coffins. Facts. The measure of a man is not where he stands. Inconvenience, but in times of controversy, word to Martin. Liberate the mind, so shall the body. Garvey, Malcolm said be peaceful and be courteous. Godly. Hating people is wrong cause of the color they skin. No matter what color it is doing the hating. Ali. Radical means you grasping at the roots. Davis. Maya Angelou said only us is gonna save us. So with that said, I grasp my mighty pen and swing it against the swords and fight for our freedom and our peace.
Man, that song is nothing short of amazing, man. That song was real dope, bro. That was a real dope song, man. Like for real. The music. All right, so let me. All right, so to recap, man. Yo, this episode, bro. Like, so one thing I say about you that I definitely noticed from your music, like you put whole musical pieces together. Like you really you know what I mean? A lot of us rap to a beat. But these are like whole messages packaged together. And like you said that Tupac was a major influence to you, and that's another artist I could think of that really like, yo, I got this message, and it's like a complete whole message in the form of music. You know what I mean? So like the delivery, the musicality was really on point, and that really I feel like the fact that the Freedom joint was like the last joint we playing too, like you really like, wow, to leave him with that. That's such a strong song. The way that sample, like man, that was like a powerful song, man. Tell us more about that, please.
Well, definitely, it's not even actually a sample. It's actually
Right.
that require people to get in the, you know what I'm saying, actually, it's not even a choir. It's only 3 people.
Wow.
To get in the studio and actually sing their part of the hook. But the Freedom song to me, like I didn't know what I had when I did it. You know what I'm saying? The mayor of Louisville, you know what I'm saying, he congratulated me on the song and whatnot. And So many people was like, "Yo, this is going to be the new, uh, we should the new Negro spiritual." And me personally, I'm just like, that's not what I really made it for. But if that's what it becomes, so be it. Um, my only goal was to say what needed to be said. You know what I'm saying? I needed to attack um, every, I guess, perspective of what is going on in these times with black people getting killed left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if in the song I address,
Starting to break up a little bit.
sure nobody. What you say?
You're breaking up a little bit. I heard that the song I addressed, and then you started cutting out.
Yeah, him. You know what I'm saying? I want to leave out nothing. You know what I mean? Because if we're going to attack what's going on today, we got to attack all angles. You know what I'm saying? Not just this angle because it's prevalent on TV. You know what I'm saying? We got to attack all angles. So the black on black crime was definitely an angle because at the end of the day, how we gonna shut these racist motherfuckers up? At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I agree that it's wrong to try to bring up black on black crime, but yet it's evident. So once we eliminate it, then what can a racist motherfucker say? You know what I'm saying? When we complain about, cops killing us, they have a rebuttal. You know what I'm saying? If we remove that rebuttal, then what can they say? You know what I'm saying? That was my goal. You know what I'm saying? That's that's just, I guess my way of thinking is, cool. You know what I'm saying? All right, cool. I may not agree with what a racist may rebuttal to me, but is it fact or not? And to me, it is fact because we are killing each other left and right. You know what I'm saying? It's fact. You know what I'm saying? We killing each other. That has to stop. You know what I mean? But it doesn't give warrant to us getting killed down in the street like an animal. You know what I mean? Um, so I'm not a person who's gonna attack one issue. I'm gonna attack all of them because that's just me. You know what I mean? I care about how people feel about it. I'm going to say what needs to be said, and that's what freedom is about. Freedom is about is 100% about spirit. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing else to do with anything. When you listen to freedom, it should attack your spirit. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to do. To tap your spirit because you may be raised, white folks, not saying you, but white folks could be raised in a racist manner, but what does your spirit tell? You know what I'm saying? You know wrong from right. I was raised, you know what I'm saying, in a different order. Don't mean I don't know wrong from right. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by a lot of drug dealers, thugs, killers, you know what I'm saying? But I still know wrong from right. So a racist person can't tell me they don't know wrong from right. Your spirit has to speak to it. And I can't sit here and argue with a person because that ain't gonna do nothing but frustrate me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard to get across a point to someone who doesn't listen. But if you tap into their soul, they don't have no choice but to listen.
For a fact.
So that's what freedom is about.
Man, that was a powerful track, man. Yo, tonight we definitely covered a whole lot of really dope issues, man. Like just sitting down with you, I appreciate your time so much, man. But before we get out of here, I gotta ask you. We were listening to is it Birth of a Legend? Is a track. The, Birth of a Legend is a project that all these tracks that we've been listening to are on. So where do you get that? How do you how do people support you as an artist? Like I think this is music that everybody should definitely be listening to and hearing. So how do people support you as an artist? And what do you have coming up in the works? You got any releases that's coming up in the future? And what would you want to leave with people as far as that goes?
All right, well, As far as I'm on Tidal. I'm on iTunes. I'm on YouTube. Google page. The Birth of a Legend is on there. Slugga, Slugga. My next album that I have that I'm working on is A Legend Never Dies. Um, that's in the process has been worked on at this moment. And I'm telling you, if people thought Birth of a Legend was something, A Legend Never Dies is definitely going to be epic. That's the whole point. You know what I'm saying? I'm, my album's called Birth of a Legend. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to set a bar for myself to become legendary. It's not about what anybody thought. It's about what I thought about myself, because I believe that in due time I will become that legend. Um, so is A Legend Never Dies, which reason why it's called A Legend Never Dies is because I understand that if everything plays out the way it's supposed to, as far as this Birth of a Legend album, I'm going to have haters. You know what I mean? And people are going to try to assassinate the character of. Hold on one second. They're going to try to assassinate the character of the legend. You know what I mean? So, A Legend Never Dies is pretty much the follow up. You know what I'm saying? Just basically letting people know that, I totally understand. This is not something new to me. I watched it happen with the greats, with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? And I do plan on being in that category, best of them. So personally, I'm prepared for the backlash, or you know what I'm saying, the downfall or the hatery, until people actually realize what actually is transpiring. So, um, my thing is, A Legend Never Dies is definitely going to be a epic album. I can't say it's going to be better than Birth of a Legend, because Birth of a Legend is you know the more I listen to it, the more of a classic it becomes. Even though I did all of this. I created I picked the producers. I wrote the hooks, the lyrics. I did all of it. You know what I'm saying, on my own. You know what I
Word.
mean? And that's it's rare in today's music industry, because a lot of people got a machine behind them. I don't.
Yeah, and it shows
So
it's not just the regular. These aren't regular songs. They're like whole complete, projects in themselves.
the orchestration is what I like to call
Orchestrations,
it. It's orchestration.
orchestrations.
I sat back and I actually, really put some time and some thought into them, some energy, a lot of money, um, and I was blessed to have certain people around me to help make those songs become what they are, because of course Ashley Cathy had a lot to do with it. Shane Antonio, is as far as the any song that's on my album vocally, he arranged them. You know what I'm saying? And he's a genius in that aspect. Like, dude's talent is amazing. Ashley Cathy is the one who was able to connect me with these people to actually, put this album together. So, I'm just blessed and thankful that I was able to, even to be blessed with a team that was able to get behind me and help create this album. But Birth of a Legend, it's done. A Legend Never Dies is going to be something. A lot of people I think it's going to wake a lot of people up as far as me as an artist. Um, Now, will it be on the same page as Birth of a Legend? I'm not too sure, uh, because I think I said everything I needed to say on Birth of a Legend. But A Legend Never Dies. The whole point of Legend Never Dies is to make people go back to Birth of a Legend and actually listen to
I see. I see. All right, so we're gonna be on the lookout for that. And when you think that's projected to be out?
it. It's definitely going to be finished by the end of 2020. It'll
Okay.
be out beginning of 2021, probably somewhere around February.
So by the end of 2020, Slugga's dropping a new project. It's gonna be called what again?
A Legend Never
A
Dies.
Legend Never Dies. So I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for that. Birth of a Legend. So far, everything we heard off of that was amazing. I definitely think that you're a profound artist, Slugga, man, and I respect everything you're doing. I respect the message. I respect and I admire the fact that you've been doing this for a while. Like, you're not just one of these people that's like, I'm gonna capitalize off of the times, off of people's pain to kind of try to get my artistry out there. But this is really something that you're passionate about, that you've been involved with for a long time, man. And it's dope, man. It's dope that you're getting that recognition from your city, from stuff like that documentary that you was part of. And I really think like that track Freedom, man, everybody should hear that. Like, that'd be dope if that was actually like on some sort of national level, or like, you know what I mean, on a much bigger level. Because I was moved by that track, absolutely, and I think a lot of people would be if they did hear it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of getting them to hear it. Yo, it was a pleasure sitting and talking with you, man, and I really appreciate your time, bro, and everything, man.
Yo, bro, I appreciate the opportunity, man. I'm blessed to be in your presence on your show. 100. I really appreciate it. I definitely agree that that freedom track needs to be heard all over the, you know what I'm saying, all over the world, honestly. Um, you know, I ask you to help a nigga out. You feel me? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just an artist. You know what I mean? You know, I don't have that platform or, plus I'm a recluse. I don't really have the personality to be out there, but opportunities is falling on my lap just like today. You know what I'm saying? To be even blessed to be upon your show, you feel me? Like that's an amazing thing. You know what I mean? And if it's something that can fit in your Serato, bro, please
No,
play it.
you already know, man. You already know. I'm gonna be playing it for people. There's plenty of people out here that would just would love to hear that. Like, I know they don't know who you are or nothing, but I know if I played it for them, they'd be like, yo, who's this? Like, so I myself, for one, am absolutely gonna share that around it. I'm gonna continue to play it, all that type of stuff. And anybody that's listening, that will be listening, that comes across this, I ask you to do the same. If you really vibe with the music, if you vibe with Slugga and the message, definitely show support to artists, man. Because we talk about all the time, like, oh, the mainstream, the radio, this is not the type, like, oh, this not real hip hop, yada yada. But it's like, listen, man, we have the opportunity to put that real music to the forefront, music with a message, and importantly, like, stuff that really sounds good to the ears. Like, I like the music, man, like, just on a level. So it's like, so you already know me personally, I'm absolutely going to show support, man, as I am right now. And I hope that, hopefully a lot of people see this, and then even more really get to listen to that track, bro. And yeah, bro, we're going to be on the lookout for, was it Legend Never, was it?
A legend never
A
dies.
legend. That's what I was gonna say. I didn't want to say it wrong. A legend never dies, man. Which is gonna be a follow up to Birth of a Legend, man. So Birth of a Legend. I know you're saying it might not. Birth of a Legend was so dope. You don't even know how it's gonna stand up. But I'm sure. Like, I can't wait to hear it, man. So yo, once again, man, thank you so much for sitting down with us, man. Please keep doing what you do. Please do continue to put it out there. Please do don't give up on these tracks, or don't like let these tracks fall to the wayside, because people should be hearing them, and they should be hearing them, like, in these times. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. I appreciate it 100%, bro. I like you don't know how much I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. Likewise, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything you said today, and just sharing your mind and your artistry with us, man. You know what I mean?
Shit,
Absolutely.
100, bro. 100.
All right, and yo, be safe. Have a good one. Talk soon. All right.
All right.
All right.
Future endeavors.
One love.
One.
Yeah, man. So we just had another really dope episode, man. Please, bro, that track, "Freedom" by Slugga, man. That was something else, man. Please go check that out. It's on YouTube and all platforms. Slugga, "Freedom," man. Check that out. Check out his whole project, Birth of a Legend. Let's check out next Monday on episode 41 of Herm Radio. Yeah.